Hey, Ethan, you've been on your phone for a while now, but you don't look entertained. You look troubled. Like whatever you're seeing is bothering you. What's going on?
Hey, Lily. Yeah, I was just scrolling through social media, and now I feel terrible about myself. Everyone seems to be doing so much better than me, achieving more, living more, being more. And I'm just here, stuck, going nowhere. It's like everyone around me is moving forward, getting promoted, getting married, traveling, succeeding. And I'm looking at my life thinking, what have I actually done? Why am I so far behind everyone else?
And that feeling doesn't stay on your phone, does it? It follows you into your thoughts, into your day. You put the phone down, but the comparison keeps running in your head. And someone watching this right now has felt exactly what Ethan is describing. You see someone else's life, and suddenly your own feels smaller, less impressive, less meaningful, less enough.
What I don't understand is why I keep doing it. I know comparing myself to others isn't healthy. I know everyone is on a different path. I've heard all that before. But knowing it doesn't stop me from feeling it.
Because comparison isn't just a habit, Ethan. It's a deeply wired survival mechanism. Your brain was literally designed to compare, to measure where you stand in relation to others. The problem is, the world we live in now exploits that wiring completely. For most of human history, you compared yourself to maybe 100 people, your village, your community, your circle. Now, you compare yourself to millions of people every single day, carefully curated, filtered, highlighted versions of their lives.
So my brain was never built for this scale of comparison. It evolved to handle a small community. No wonder it feels overwhelming. I'm measuring myself against an impossible standard.
And the comparison is never equal, Ethan. You compare your behind the scenes to everyone else's highlight reel. You see their best moments, their wins, their achievements, while you're fully aware of every struggle and failure in your own life.
That's exactly what happens. I see their success and compare it to my insecurities. Their confidence and compare it to my insecurities. Their relationship and compare it to my loneliness. It's completely one-sided, and I keep losing.
And right now, someone watching this has been losing that same unfair comparison every single day. You see everyone else's curated perfection and measure it against your unfiltered reality, and then wonder why you always feel like you're not enough.
The worst part is, even when I achieve something, it doesn't feel like enough anymore. Because there's always someone who achieved more. Someone younger, someone faster, someone better.
And that's the trap of comparison. It steals your ability to feel your own wins. Because the moment you achieve something, your eyes immediately move to who is ahead, and your accomplishment shrinks in comparison. There's something deeper happening here too, Ethan. When you constantly compare yourself to others, it means you're measuring your worth externally. You're looking outside yourself to determine whether you are good enough, successful enough, valuable enough.
So my self-worth is completely dependent on how I measure up to others? If I'm doing better than someone, I feel okay. If someone is doing better than me, I feel worthless. That means my sense of value has no foundation of its own. It changes based on whoever I'm looking at.
Exactly. And that's an exhausting way to live, because there will always be someone ahead of you. Someone richer, more successful, more attractive, more accomplished. If your worth depends on being better than others, you will never feel truly enough.
So I've been chasing a finish line that doesn't exist. trying to feel worthy by outdoing others. But the moment I get close to someone's level, I find someone else who is further ahead, and the race never ends.
And someone watching this right now has been running that same endless race. You achieve, you compare, you feel behind. You push harder, you achieve more, you compare again. And somehow, you never actually arrive at feeling enough.
I also feel something I'm ashamed to admit. Sometimes when I see someone doing well, especially someone I know personally, I feel this uncomfortable feeling. Not quite jealousy, but something close to it.
That feeling is envy, and it's more common than you think. But envy isn't just a negative emotion, it's actually information. It shows you what you deeply want for yourself. The things that trigger your envy are the things you haven't yet given yourself permission to want.
So instead of feeling ashamed of envy, I should get curious about it? Like, why does seeing that person's success bother me so much? What does that tell me about what I actually want? What desire am I not acknowledging in myself?
Exactly. Envy is a compass pointing toward your unlived desires, the career that excites you, the relationship you want, the version of yourself you haven't yet become. Instead of resenting others for having it, use it as a map toward what you actually want to create. And right now, someone watching feels ashamed of the envy they carry. But that envy is not a character flaw. It's a signal pointing towards something you deeply want. Stop judging it. Start listening to it.
So, how do I stop letting comparison destroy me? Because I've tried to just not compare, but it happens automatically. Before I even realize it, I'm already measuring myself, already feeling behind.
You can't stop comparison entirely. Your brain won't allow it. But you can change what you compare to. And more importantly, you can build an internal sense of worth that doesn't depend on others at all. First, start comparing yourself to who you were yesterday, not to who someone else is today. The only competition that actually matters is whether you are growing from where you started. That is the only measurement that leads to genuine progress.
So instead of asking, am I as successful as them? I should be asking, am I better than I was last month? Am I learning, growing, improving, even if it's slowly, even if nobody can see it yet? That's the real measure of progress.
Second, curate what you consume deliberately. Your feed is not reality. It's a performance. And if certain accounts consistently make you feel less than, you have full permission to remove them from your life.
I've never thought of that as self-care before, but it actually is. Choosing what I allow into my mind every day is one of the most powerful things I can control, because what I consume shapes how I see myself.
Third, build your identity around your values, not your achievements. Because achievements fluctuate. Some days you'll be ahead, some days behind. But who you are at your core, your kindness, your integrity, your growth, that doesn't change based on what someone else is doing.
So, if my identity is built on what I achieve, I'll always be vulnerable to comparison. But if my identity is built on who I am, nobody else's success can threaten that. Because who I am is not in competition with anyone.
And someone watching this right now has built their entire identity around achievements and external validation. And every time someone else achieves something, a piece of your worth feels threatened. But your worth was never supposed to live there.
I think I've been looking at other people's lives because I'm not fully present in my own. Like, if I'm constantly watching everyone else, I don't have to sit with the discomfort of figuring out what I actually want for myself.
That's one of the most honest things you've said today. Because comparison is often avoidance in disguise. It's easier to measure yourself against others than to sit quietly and ask yourself, what do I actually want my life to look like?
I've been so focused on everyone else's timeline that I forgot I'm allowed to have my own. I've been treating other people's milestones as deadlines I'm failing to meet, but they were never my deadlines in the first place.
And releasing that pressure is one of the most liberating things you can do. Your life is not a race against anyone else. It's a journey that only makes sense when measured against your own starting point.
Someone else succeeding doesn't mean I'm failing. Someone else being ahead doesn't mean I'm behind. We're just on completely different roads, going to completely different places.
And when you truly internalize that, other people's success stops feeling like a threat. It might even start feeling like inspiration, because their achievement proves that what you want is also possible. And someone watching this right now has been treating other people's success as evidence of their own failure. But someone else winning is not you losing. Life is not a zero-sum game. Their chapter has nothing to do with yours.
I came here feeling completely behind in life. Like everyone was moving forward and I was standing still. But now I realize I was just looking in the wrong direction. Outward instead of forward.
And the moment you redirect that gaze, everything changes. You stop running someone else's race and finally start walking your own.
For the first time in a long time, I don't feel behind. I just feel like someone who was looking at the wrong map. And now I finally have my own. And that changes everything. Goodbye, Lily.
Stop measuring your worth by someone else's ruler. Stop racing on a track that was never built for you. You are not behind. You are not failing. You are simply on your own path. And your path deserves your full attention. Goodbye, Ethan. And to everyone watching, someone else's success is not your failure. Their timeline is not your deadline. Run your own race, at your own pace, toward your own life.